Paula Abdul has been forced to cancel her upcoming tour due to some injuries that require surgery and an extended recovery period. That kicks off our Hot Topics for today, brought to you by Peter Pan at Walton Art Center. So the pop icon was slated to perform in Alaska and North Dakota before she continued her month-long Straight Up tour in Canada. You really want to love me? Oh, we're good. But she announced on Instagram yesterday that because of her injuries, she's going to cancel the tour. She revealed that she has to undergo minor surgery for one of her injuries, but she has to have a pretty long recovery period. So despite initially seeking some temporary relief, she acknowledged that the demands of a full tour would be too much for her. I can only imagine, because her choreography is so intense. And by the way, she's 62.
You can't believe that.
I don't know if y'all know that.
Amazing.
I mean, it's because she do all that dancing.
Wow.
But
when I'm 60.
Right. So I don't know. Hopefully she will have a speedy recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. Sending her our thoughts and prayers. Lady Gaga and Michael Polanski recently discussed their years-long love story and engagement in detail. Turns out the couple initially met in 2019 through Gaga's mother, who connected with Polanski through their philanthropic work. Polanski said, quote, "I was struck immediately by her warmth and openness."
Aww.
Yeah, as for Gaga, she said, "I met this totally supportive, loving human being who wanted to get to know me outside of Lady Gaga." The couple got engaged this past April, and we certainly do wish them the best. I know this fall is going to be big for Gaga because the second Joker film is coming out in October that she stars in.
But look at the way he's looking at her.
Yeah.
It's the sweetest thing.
Look at how she can't see him through that hat.
I know. He's like, well, I love you even with
through Lady Gaga.
Exactly. I love that. Well, my personal favorite, foul-mouthed, big-hearted chef, is at the top of his game both professionally and personally, and he recently revealed why fitness underpins everything he does. Ever since his early 40s, Gordon Ramsay has used fitness to manage the intensity of his workload and stay in control of his life, especially when it feels chaotic. He also needs to stay fit and to play an active role in his kid's life. You know, his son was just born in 2023. He said, quote, "I think about the pace I work and the responsibilities I take on, and then I think about the drive that I have. Fitness is the foundation. I find training relaxing because it just gets me out of that fast lane." You know, he has looked the same
for the last 20 years.
And you know, I don't think he's gotten any work done, because no offense, he does kind of have those
Never gonna
wrinkles.
get rid of those
He's never
frown
gonna,
lines.
but he's just seems to be in the best shape of his life. I love him.
I wonder if we put him out there on the soccer pitch.
How long he'd go for?
How long he'd last.
I would pay to see that.
Right, me too.
Yes. Well, speaking of stars who are having a big fall, Michael Keaton is certainly having one, but he won't be going by that name anymore. Keaton, whose credits date back to the 1970s, will instead be using his combination of his real name, which is Michael John Douglas, and his stage name, which of course is Michael Keaton. The actor told the People that he intends to go by Michael Keaton Douglas on future projects. That's right. According to Keaton, he was unable to use his real name, Michael Douglas, when he started acting in the 70s because of the other Academy Award-winning actor of that same name. So a Screen Actors Guild rule prohibits members from using another member's professional name. So the actor, however, is still credited as Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice, but he's going to be Michael Keaton Douglas in the future.
Wow. Crazy stuff. Identity changing. Well, this one tickled me. Talk about having a strong arm on the mound. Luda threw out the first pitch before the Atlanta Braves game yesterday. Look at this. He had enormous prosthetic arms and giant shoes and an oversized watch while sporting, obviously, a Braves jersey. And it was all a part of a big evening at the ballpark for the Atlanta native, who was the center of attention for the team's ludicrous night. So in addition to throwing out the first pitch,
he almost threw a strike.
I know. He was actually honored with a bobblehead, and the team also offered food inspired by the rapper's own Ludacris chicken and beer restaurant.
I love that.
That is hilarious.
Yes, absolutely. Very cool.
I love Ludacris.
Love it, Luda. That was used in that video, you know, What You Got in That Bag, whatever that song was. You remember that song?
Keep going.
Old school, that's all I got. That's all I got. I love some Luda.